You're listening to the Valley Labor Report.
But I do want to just reiterate how awesome this past weekend was and what a collective effort it really was. There were people from all over the country and all over the world, actually, who donated. Mm-hmm. There was, if I'm not mistaken, like well over 3,500 people made donations. It was mostly small donations, too. It wasn't...
that's the
we don't have many wealthy listeners or supporters in the labor movement.
I mean, that's one of the amazing things, like just from our PayPal, we had about 65,000 and some odd $100, and then at the day of, there was a cash donation box that got like maybe 3,000 or 4,000, and then Hometown Action had they collected 3,000 or 4,000 as well. So in total, the thing raised like $70,000 roundabouts. And as far as on the PayPal, there was one donation of $500. There were a few donations of $200, several of $100, and the rest was like 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, like not people. It wasn't like there were 65 people that throw in $1,000. It was literally hundreds, thousands of people that donated to support these miners, like you said, from all over the country, all over the state, all over the world. We saw some donations from like Japan and Finland and stuff. I mean, it's like it
was amazing, and it was inspiring. It was so cool to see just the love and the solidarity and the wisdom that was being shared both at the event. And our live stream and through the donations online, people promoting it. And I can't thank Jacob and David and Lee Baines enough for all they did to put this event on. It wouldn't have happened without you guys. Y'all made Alabama history, truly. I can't think of another event quite like this that we had this past weekend, with so many different people involved to support a good, righteous cause of miners on strike against the epitome of corporate greed. It's shocking the more you find out about this story, just how despicable this company really is. And so I hope that this was something that moving forward in the labor movement here in Alabama and across the country that folks can do more of. Mm-hmm. Now, we're pretty tired and beat up from the last weekend, so it won't be us anytime soon.
Yeah, not anytime soon, for sure. But I don't know. I could see us doing like one a year of these.
But it really was. It was amazing. That's what the labor movement can do. Mm-hmm. We saw the potential of what it can do, bringing people together across race, across gender, across political parties and ideologies. Folks just coming together to support one another, to have each other's back. And there were a lot of conversations we had about, we're here to support you, to have your back. And we know that one day, you'll have our back if we need it. Because that's what it's all about. And I'm just still honored and privileged that I even got to play a small part in it. And
oh man,
I have a tremendous respect. Jacob Morrison, David Story, Lee Baines in particular, but there of course were so many others who made it a great event and a great weekend. But you three guys in particular, you deserve all the credit in the world for that.
Oh man, well, I mean, you were right there in the middle of it with us, so it couldn't have happened if everybody that chipped in had to chip in to make it what it was.
And there were people who maybe couldn't chip in, but were sharing it on social media. Mm-hmm. They were tuning into the live stream. There was just so many different small
Charles
acts.
Hastings would be. We would be remiss if we're name dropping people that really helped. Charles Hastings did so much art for us. Most of
awesome art.
Yeah, most of it pro bono. The vast majority of it pro bono. All of the animations that he made for us were pro bono. He made some flyers for us, and it was really cool being able to have that to, like, whenever we needed to break, needed to go to the restroom, or like we weren't able to get a camera out there during the concert, so we just had the audio, so we were able to play one of his animations and turn the sound off while we were playing the concert. it was just really, really cool having that art, and I think that he was able to get a boost in his profile. So we really hope that worked out for him. And he's doing some kind of auction today with a bunch of his art.
Yeah, I believe he's down at the Meridian Street Flea Market downtown Huntsville. Yeah. He's going to be there, I think, till 6 p.m.
Till 6 p.m.?
I think he's already there, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. He'll be there till 6 p.m., and he's trying to get some art sold. I think he's getting ready to move, so it would be a great time to support this local artist who supported the labor movement.
Absolutely. And if you can't make it out there in person, then you can find him on social media at SoloMonk256 on Twitter. That is at SoloMonk256 on Twitter, or you can go to Church of Self, all one word, all lowercase, Church of Self on Instagram, Church of Self on Instagram to find more information. And you can, I'm sure that he's got a PayPal or a Venmo or something that you can send money to, and he can mail you something. So, if you want to go support him, then that would be going there in person, buying something from him, or getting something from him online. That would be really helpful as well, and you could show him that we appreciate his help. But yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed having his art on helping us on the stream.
Yeah, it takes all types. It really does. And any type of collective effort, whatever talents you may have, whatever skills you have. No one person can do it alone, but the more of us there are, the more we bring to the table. And I think this weekend really demonstrated that. Mm-hmm. And we did this just to help. It wasn't anything beyond that. It exceeded our expectations in terms of the money raised and the participants. Certainly exceeded the expectations, and it really, really was, because we felt there was an opportunity to have the back of these folks on strike. I believe they just finished week 8 on strike. Mm-hmm. So that's what it was about. 1,100 rank and file miners and their families who right now are struggling to stay in this fight while taking care of themselves, and they're in a hard place. And I hope that by getting this donation, that it lifted their morale a little bit. It wasn't anything other than that. I speak for all of us, I think, in that we're not interested in getting credit. None of us were looking to build a name or a brand or clicks or anything like that. I know that's a problem out there in politics oftentimes. It's hard to find folks who really are in it for the cause, but I can testify that Jacob, David, Lee, and the other folks involved in this operation were 100% coming from good faith, coming from their hearts, and I think that's why we were able to make such success. Yeah.
All we want to do is help workers. There is some of the folks that came on the stream for one of the graveyard shifts at like 2 a.m. Was Matt Bernico from the Magnificast, and when I asked him if he could talk to us at 2 a.m. on a Sunday morning, his only reply was anything for the workers. So
and that was the spirit of the whole weekend.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There was a lot of there was a lot of late night, early morning interviews, and David out in the heat trying to cook 400 pounds of meat for those folks. He's showing a big gash he got. There was blood, there was tears, there was plenty of sweat that came out of it, but nothing compares to the sacrifices that these guys are making on the line. And that's we are just honored that we could play a small part to help them hold the line. And so that's what the labor movement can do. That's the potential that we have to come together and support one another, because at the end of the day, that's all we really have.
Yeah.
David, do you want to say anything this morning? Especially since if I'm not mistaken, you're gonna.
Oh yeah, his microphone isn't on.
All right, you're live, David.
Not quite. You're getting
he's on now. Yeah, he's on.
Yeah, you're good.
I can hear you.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah,
number 3. Okay, cool. Yeah, I ain't got anything to say. Good morning. All that fanfare for naught.
Yeah, a little bit anticlimactic, but
There you go.
I just point of personal privilege for me. I have the utmost respect for David's story. It's one of the hardest working union guys I've ever met. My
don't play it up.
Years. No, I'm not playing it up, dude. I'm being 100% sincere.
You're gonna have to mute your mic if you keep protesting.
Yeah, I'm being sincere here. Anyone who's been around in the labor movement up here in North Alabama, you know David. You know how hard he works, and he does it out of a true commitment of his values. And unfortunately, that's not always easy to find. And so I've learned a lot from David. I've been blessed to go to some trainings with him, and he's been trying to teach me the ropes of this radio show. I know I won't do it justice for what he has done, but beyond what you've done in the movement, you've done a lot just by building up this radio program. So I want to thank you publicly for all you've done on behalf of workers.
And I just want to say that it has been, knowing him before the radio show, we had gotten fairly close before the radio show for a year or two, and then being with him every Saturday and talking with him just about every day, all hours of the day and night in between the radio.
Yeah,
man,
my wife, I guess, coined you as my second wife.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to know David. I think one of the things that I have said publicly is that every couple of weeks you learn something absolutely crazy. Like, it was years before I knew that he played the guitar or spoke at least three languages. I don't know, maybe he lived in
my
France
wife called you out for that because she said Jacob said fluently, and I'm like, conversationally, I don't, so and probably both so broken now that it's not even funny. But.
Yeah, but he's just like his commitment to working people, his commitment to his union brothers and sisters is absolutely unrivaled, and it all started from me yelling at him on Facebook.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So
a rare good thing to come out of Facebook yelling.
Truthfully, if you think about it, it's insane. But
I was a bit more respectful than maybe yelling at him on Facebook.
And I saw you had shared something not too long ago about a labor notes training we went to, all the three of us. I didn't talk with you guys in advance, but we just ended up all in the same training in Birmingham. And it's amazing to see, what all has transpired since then. Yeah,
you plant that seed, and it's pretty crazy to watch it grow, So, I think Labor Notes has been a big part of what we've done.
Yeah.
Meeting there in Birmingham, and then, I don't know, was IWW before then or after then?
I think it
may have been right around the same
maybe
time.
around the same time.
Yeah.
But the whole thought was just to grow the labor movement, and that's
and I think that last weekend kind of showed the worth of this project that we've got here, because a couple of years ago, you wouldn't have even had a union radio show in Alabama, much less one capable of pulling in enough people and from enough places to raise $70,000 in one weekend.
Yeah.
So I think that this project is worthwhile, and I think that it wouldn't have gotten off the ground without David, and it wouldn't
without
be
all of us.
It's been a great project to be a part of, and I'm so proud to have been a part of it and to continue being a part of it. And I'm so proud to be able to know David, and I know that that's going to be a relationship that I'll have for the for
little
the
sour next week.
Yeah, well, for the rest I was going to say for the rest of my life, but at least for the rest of his life, which might not be that much longer, because he's old. So,
Lord, if we keep this up, it's going to be just not going to be much longer at all.
If you want to see what we're up to throughout the week and get our snide quips about the news of the day, then you should follow us on social media. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/the The Valley Labor Report. We're on Twitter at Labor Reporters. I'm on Twitter at JacobM_DayL. And if you missed part of the show and want to go back and watch it later, you can search YouTube for The Valley Labor Report and subscribe to our channel. You can go back and watch the full show there. And we also clip segments and release them throughout the week so that if you don't want to watch the full show, you can just select a topic and see what we have to say about that. We also upload the program on more than 11 different podcasting apps. So to see if we are on your listening platform of choice, go to thevalleylaborreport.transistor.fm/subscribe. We've got a website where you can buy our hats and our stickers, thevalleylaborreport.org. And finally, if you appreciate our work and want to help us stay on the air, then consider throwing us a couple dollars a month on patreon.com/thevalleylaborreport.